Good evening and welcome back, everyone, to the Appreciating You and Perspective session. And of course, as always, do not play this recorded session while riding in a moving vehicle, while operating equipment or machinery, or at any time that you're engaged in an activity that requires your full attention. This session is not intended nor designed to diagnose or treat any diagnosable medical or mental condition. For diagnosis and treatment for any such condition, please consult with your chosen healthcare provider. And with that, I'd like to get started by inviting you to settle back into a comfortable place where you're not going to fall out of your chair. And we're going to tap into your imagination this evening. So if we would begin just by taking a couple of slow, deep breaths, and just do that until you just don't feel like it anymore. And then let your breathing settle in to just whatever feels comfortable, whatever feels natural to you. And since we are going to be tapping into your imagination, many people find it beneficial to just gently close your eyes. Sometimes it gives you easier access to your imagination. But whatever's comfortable for you is just fine. So I'd like you to imagine now, just imagine that you're standing in front of a full-length mirror. And you can see the reflection of you full length. And take a really good look. Be as objective as you possibly can. There's no criticizing, no complaining about anything that's out of order. Just observing the you standing there looking back at you. And you may think, who am I? And how did I get here? And consider that the odds of being you, the odds of that one single egg out of hundreds of thousands, and that one single sperm out of millions of your parents just happened to combine to create you. But if you think about it even deeper, the same thing had to happen with both of your parents, and their parents, and their parents, and their parents, and so on. And then they had to meet. And have at least enough feeling for each other to create children. So the odds of you being here and being you are approximately 1 in 400 quadrillion. That's a 1 with 15 zeros, or 1,000 billion. Now, look behind the you in the mirror at that vast universe out there. And imagine that you're gazing out into space. And consider that every single day, without fail, the sun sets and rises on schedule. Consider the distance between the Earth and the observable universe is 46.5 light years. And 1 light year is about 5.88 trillion miles. There's an estimated 1 billion trillion stars in our galaxy. Just in our galaxy, our Milky Way alone. That's the same as the estimated number of grains of sand in all the beaches on Earth. Now imagine that space behind the you in that mirror comes in a little bit closer to the Earth itself. And consider one tiny seed grows into a beautiful green plant with delicious red tomatoes. An acorn grows into a magnificent oak tree. And how tall does it grow? As tall as it can. And that tree's roots absorb water and carry it all the way to the leaves. And through that tree's metabolism, it produces oxygen as a waste product. And that's provided for us to survive. Consider that if you plant a zucchini seedling, you get a zucchini, and not a tomato or a pepper. It knows what it is when you plant it. How do those seeds know which way to grow? Plants can even grow up through cement, break through concrete. And now consider sea otters hold hands while they sleep so they don't drift apart. Octopuses can smell and taste with their arms, their tentacles. Wood frogs can freeze completely in winter and thaw out in the spring. And now let's bring that imagination in just a little closer to the you that's standing there. Your heart beats 115,200 times a day. That's 42 million times a year. Your lungs bring oxygen into your body to survive and eliminates carbon dioxide, a waste product, without you even having to think about it. No conscious effort whatsoever is needed. The length of the network of your blood vessels, if they were stretched out, would circle the earth twice. Your liver can regenerate itself with only 25% of its original tissue. If a portion of your liver is removed, it can regenerate within 4 to 6 weeks. Your kidneys filter a half a cup of blood every minute to remove waste and excess fluids. There are 37 billion trillion biochemical reactions in your body every second to keep your body alive and in balance. Your brain has approximately 80 billion nerve cells. That's more than 10 times the number of people on this planet. Your nerve cells communicate using neurotransmitters, sending and receiving messages to and from every part of your body. That gives you the ability to walk to the bathroom, to brush your teeth, to shower, to make coffee, to eat, to use your phone, to log into your device and be experiencing this session right now. The ability to hear and process my words. Every single activity in which you engage. In your imagination now, imagine looking down at your toes and wiggling your toes. And imagine what it takes for that simple act. First, you have to decide to wiggle your toes. Then your brain sends the signal. And there certainly has to be enough blood supply to provide the oxygen and the energy to move. Then there's the coordination of the muscles and the bones to create that movement. And that's just to wiggle your toes. Your skeletal system provides structure, support, protection. Without it, you'd just be a blob of protoplasm. Your muscular system allows you to move, to lift, to pull, push, and stand. Your skin is the first line of defense to keep potentially harmful invaders out and to keep your insides in. Your digestive system processes nutrients out of the food and drink you ingest, draws those nutrients out and makes them available for every single cell in your body. And it knows to separate the nutrients from the waste products and where to send each and every one to either be used by your cells or to be eliminated. Your digestive system also processes, neutralizes, and eliminates poisons that enter into your body. Even things like tobacco, alcohol, drugs. Your endocrine system regulates your metabolism to keep your body chemically in balance. Your lymphatic system drains and removes excess fluid and debris from your metabolic processes. So essentially, it takes out the trash. Your nervous system is connecting and communicating and coordinating all bodily functions. You have the ability to experience pain to warn you of a need that needs your attention. Now consider your senses. You can see and hear. You can smell and taste. You can feel in order to interpret and interact with your environment. And there's another sense called proprioception that allows you to walk without having to look down at your legs and feet. It allows you to understand that you're upright. Through that sense, you can tell if you're standing or sitting or reclining or lying down. It can tell if you're upside down or right side up, even with your eyes closed. And that's just the tangible part of the entity that is you. Consider that you can think. And have you ever wondered when you have a thought, where was it before? You can remember. You can consider. You can understand my words. You can evaluate them. You can process and draw meaning from them. You can jump to conclusions. You can find humor. You can figure out. You can apply knowledge to new situations. You can learn. And you can create. And every human creation began with a thought, a decision. Art, architecture, roads, every item of clothing, your shelter, every appliance in your home, all began with a thought. The equipment that you're using to hear me right now, the amazing connection that allows us to do this session from a distance. You have the ability to feel. You can feel anger, sadness, excitement, frustration. You can feel happy, compassion, caring, and you can feel love. And perhaps, just perhaps the most important of all, you have the ability to choose. You have the ability to choose what to do. You have the ability to choose whether to act or not act. You choose your beliefs. You choose how to respond to your life experiences. Now consider again the environment in which we live. Now, if you were going to plant a garden and you wanted it to thrive, you'd have to provide the appropriate environment, give it the appropriate nutrients, hydration, enough light, but not too much, and protect it from potentially harmful invaders, insects, animals that might come along and eat the seedlings, funguses, viruses. And so it is too with our environment. the environment in which you live. If you, as an entity, as a human being, wish to thrive, it's imperative to take care of your environment. Provide your body, mind, and spirit with the appropriate nutrients, enough hydration, enough light. Protect it from potentially harmful invaders, poisons, bacteria, fungus, but also negative thoughts. Feed your body, mind, and spirit with healthful nutrition. And now bring your gaze back to the you standing in that mirror and gaze at the wonder that is you. Embrace your uniqueness. The wonder that you are one of a kind. Of all the 8 billion people on this planet, no one is exactly like you. Never has been, never will be. All that has conspired to create you will never come together again in the exact same way. Appreciate the you that you are. Appreciate and create a joyful experience in this fleeting moment that we call life. Be gentle with you. Be kind. Extend your compassion outward to all those with whom you come in contact, because they too are having a human experience with their own struggles, their own challenges. Just as we all are. That we are simply trying to make our way through this life experience. We share with all the other 8 billion on this planet. That is not unique. We're all on this floating marble in the sky. Enjoy the journey. Create as pleasurable an experience as you're capable of, and seek out and find ways to make it even more enjoyable. Appreciate the you that you are. And now, as you gaze at this you in this reflection, smile. Express compassion, caring, acceptance, and love. Embrace the you that you are with kindness, with appreciation. And let this feeling of ease and comfort and love remain with you as a reminder to be your best friend, to be your greatest cheerleader, your staunchest supporter, to appreciate you. And now, as we bring this session to a close, and you hold on to that feeling, when you are ready within the next moment or two, take in a healing, cleansing, deep breath, and let your eyes gently open.